Hello, boys and girls. This is Boys again. We're talking about more AIA. And today we're going to actually get into what AIA stands for. I've been talking to you about it a little bit just so that you know what it means, but we're going to talk about it in more detail today. And we're also going to watch a video about the person who inspired AIA. His name is Nick, and he was born with no arms and no legs. And he got bullied when he was growing up, but he had a positive attitude about everything, and he learned to love himself just the way he is. So you're going to see a video with him to kind of talk to you a little bit about that. And you'll see him in videos throughout our AIA journey. But for right now, let's look at our definitions of what AIA is and some other things we're going to be talking about. All right. Let's see if I can get this to show it the way I'd like for it to be seen. There we go. Okay, so we are on AIA Lesson 3, Attitude is Altitude. That's what we've been briefly talking about. So here we go. This is more information about attitude and altitude. So attitude is what we think or feel about something that affects how we act or behave. Altitude is height. It is how far up we are. The higher we go, the more altitude we have. And our attitude can have altitude. When we have negative attitude, our altitude is low. When we have a positive can-do attitude, then our altitude is high. And this program is to just show you, it's teaching us, me included, how to be our best selves. So learning to have a higher altitude and a better attitude. So one of the things that affects our attitude is self-talk. And so that's what we say to ourselves. How we talk to ourselves about ourselves matters. It affects our attitude. So what we say to ourselves, like in our heads about ourselves, it matters what we say. So when you're using positive self-talk, you are saying encouraging and affirming things to yourself. You're saying, I can do it, or I did do it, or just giving yourself some positive ways of thinking. And then there's negative self-talk. That's when we say something negative to ourselves, like I can't do it, and I'm not very smart. So when we say things that are negative about ourselves, it affects our attitude. It makes our altitude lower. Our attitude is not as good. But when we say nice things to ourselves, it affects our attitude as well and our altitude. And we are saying nice and good things to ourselves. The good thing is that you can, there's something called a positive affirmation. And that's when you take a negative thought and you turn it into a positive one. And that's something that we're going to be practicing today is we're going to be thinking about positive things we can say to ourselves. We're going to be thinking about negative things we have said to ourselves and trying to figure out how we can change those negative thoughts and negative things we say into a positive affirmation, changing that negative thought and turning it into a positive one. So that's what you're going to be working on today. And for example, I think of a time when I said, I can't do this. My positive affirmation, turning that into a good thing is, I've done things like this before, I can do this. So kind of changing that way of thinking from I can't do this to I've done things like this before, I can do this, I will do this. So as I said, you guys are going to be talking about that. You're going to have some time to talk about positive affirmation or positive self-talk, negative self-talk, and changing that negative self-talk into a positive affirmation. All right, boys and girls. Well, thank you for joining me again. And I will see you at another time. Give yourself a round of applause. Give yourself a pat on the back. Fill yourself with positive thoughts and feelings. And I will see you again sometime soon. Bye.